Animal Well is a game that I wouldn't even say I've beaten, mostly because I haven't 100%ed it, but I don't feel like it's a game that's beaten. I think it is a game that is experienced. When I first popped the game inside, I was immediately taken away. I was taken to a place that I felt like I haven't gone to in a long time, and it was just a place of wonder while playing a video game. Like, I have played lots of different games. I've had over 1,000. Jesus Christ, I have over 1,000 videos on this. Anyways, I have over 1,000 videos on this channel. I played multiple video games. I played video games my whole life, and I have very seldomly had an experience with a game that made me want to keep playing it forever. Animal Well is that game for me. And the thing is, it starts off just so simple. You're just this thing that wakes up one day and you're just adventuring. You're just walking away. You're chasing a squirrel, but you're going through this labyrinthian place, and every single screen is something completely different. I didn't know that one person could make such a amazing game, and yet Billy Baso has done so. Because this isn't a game made by Video Game Donkey. Bigmode simply has published the game and has helped with the game, but this was created by one person. And I'm just, again, blown away that this was all possible. Now, mind you, I have played games created by one person before, and they've always been really good. Undertale and Iconoclast come to mind, but this one just hits a little differently for me. And I think the biggest thing about Animal for me is that it is very just exploration heavy, but it does it in a way that kind of reminds me of like a roguelike, where even when I die, I never feel like I'm too far away from getting past this point. Like, you can go in any direction in Animal and it feels like you're always making progress. Like, you're not going the wrong way ever. You're just finding new paths. And that has to do, of course, with a Metroidvanian exploration style, but still, I never felt like I was going in the wrong direction. I never felt like I was truly stuck. It was always like, oh, I can come back here next time. And I actually had like a sense of wonder and joy of going to each screen, like going, oh, what's going on over here? Because you never know what's happening over there. On one screen, you're walking around and there's like this dark, and there's a bunch of little glowing firefly things bouncing up and down the place. Another screen, there's nothing there. It's just this eerie, hauntingly beautiful area. Another screen, it's a giant kangaroo trying to stomp your shit in. Like, you gotta run. You don't have the weapon for it yet, but you have like this element of surprise every single time you go into a different screen. And I didn't expect that from this game. I also didn't expect some ball-busting platforming happening, because holy shit, when you try to get the disc, okay, hold on. I know I'm being a little bit more introspective here, but I got to talk about this. There's a disc in this game. It's called the M disc. It's a mock disc. It's basically a frisbee. Now, this tool is super useful. You can throw it. Mind you, things persist in this game. So if you throw the frisbee and there's nothing to hit it, it'll go to the next screen and keep going until it hits something. So you can actually jump onto said frisbee and just clear large distances. And it's used as part of platforming. But in order to get that, you have to take out this this little disc, and I think it's like a cat. It's like a wolf statue, basically, like a big dog wolf statue. And the minute you do so, this fucking wolf will just hound you. Haha. See what I did there? He will hound you like the entire time. Like, there's no real escape. You can make some distance, but there's no escape. And so I did it the first time, and I got the disc. I was like, hey, cool. That was a horrific experience. 10 out of 10, but wouldn't do it again. But then you have to do it again at a much, much later part in the game. And at that point, you have to go back, swap out the fake disc with the real disc, and then take the fake disc all the way to another location, and it's oh my god, I struggled. I struggled. And I struggled, and I struggled, and I struggled, and I struggled some more. But the thing about this game is there is no real explanation for things. There's no like tutorialization or any kind. So sometimes you just get items and you're like, oh, I guess this just does this one thing. Like there's a thing called a flute. There's a flute in this game. It's an animal flute. And one of the effects it has is to make like certain creatures nearby just pacify or fall asleep. But did you also know you could fucking play music? I didn't know that. You can play music. You can warp. You can play certain music to warp. Do you know how much time I wasted trying to platform through like 17 screens just to get away from this stupid fucking ghost when you could just warp to one end of the house area, wait for it to come back, warp to a complete different spot, and give yourself like 3 minutes of just unfettered platforming with no pressure of a giant ghost trying to kill you? Like, that would have been nice to know. But that's Animal Well. There's a well of things you do not know. There's just items there and things there, stuff happening, and you're just figuring it out. There's actually one sort of meta puzzle in this game that involves like multiple people. Like actual people have to play the game and then come together to create a answer to a riddle. Like it's crazy. The level of depth in this game that's only like 200 megabytes is insane. And yet I sunk hours into this game. When I went to work, all I could think about playing Animal Well. When I came home, all I did was play Animal Well. Well into the night. It was one of the few games I can remember in recent history that I was obsessed with. Another game, that's for a different video, but I was obsessed with Animal Well. And part of me still is. I still go back and play it. But that first experience of just never knowing what was going to happen was some of the most relaxing yet frustrating parts in gaming I've experienced so far. And I just want to say that it is an amazing, truly amazing experience. If you have not been playing Animal Well, you need to play Animal Well. It is such a well-crafted, well-produced game. And the best part about the game for me personally is that there's really no fluff. There's nothing that gets in the way. There is no, lots of lines of dialogue. There's no side quest. There's no nothing. There's just what it is. And what it is Animal Well. That's it. there's no way I can explain it. You kind of have to really experience it for yourself. Even when you watch like YouTube videos on like how to get past certain parts, that doesn't take away from the actual experience of getting that game in your hands and playing it. I'm not lying when I say this reinvigorated my just passion of playing games. For a while, I would play games and the ADHD would take over and I'd stop. I play a different game and I stop. I play a different game and I stop. But with Animal Well, I was locked the fuck in. I was locked in. I couldn't not play the game. Like I said, when I went to sleep, I'm thinking of Animal Well. When I went to work, I'm thinking of Animal Well. When I'm playing Animal Well, I'm thinking how much longer can I play this game before I have to stop, and then I can go think about it. When I want to relax, I play Animal Well. When I want to have some real tension, I play Animal Well. When I want to just kind of explore, I play Animal Well. It's a game that fulfills so many parts for me that I didn't know was possible one game to do. Mind you, this game isn't like, again, it's not like this huge, big budget AAA game. It's like a labor of love. And I think it shows. It permeates throughout the entire game. There's just so much weirdness happening in this game, but I love it. It has this very like esoteric feel to it, where there's things that shouldn't exist, do exist, but they feel like they're right at home. I still don't know what you actually play as. You're like a weird, like, you ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh? Like a little like Karibos? You're kind of like one of those things, and you have no offensive capability. You cannot protect yourself really unless you get certain items, which really amount to like 2 or 3 of them that actually do some sort of damage. That's it. You're just this small, tiny thing in this gigantic world. And I don't know if these things are gigantic or if you're just really, really tiny. I think it's a combination of the two things, but it works so well. Go play Animal was what I'm saying. I go play it. I was gonna like do a whole like I'm gonna write this down and make a long video, but no, I want to just be like just from my brain through my mouth to you guys. Go play Animal Well. Holy shit, this game's great. I feel like this year's gonna be such a great year for gaming, and Animal Well is one of the big reasons why. I cannot stress enough how good this game is. Go play it. Game of the year contender for sure. Like, stop watching the video and go play.